Welcome back to Lucky Fortune English Podcast, everybody. I'm Vincent. And today, we're going to do a deep dive that I think you're going to find really fascinating. We're going to take a look at how to tell if a Cancer, a Leo, or a Virgo is really in love with you or not.
I'm Jenny. And yeah, this can be really tricky because all three of these signs have some unique ways of expressing their feelings, and those ways can sometimes be a little hard to decipher.
Yeah, for sure. So let's start with Cancer. Cancers are ruled by the moon.
Right.
Okay? And we all know the moon has a powerful influence on pretty much everything. I mean, the tides, our moods, maybe even our love lives. What do you think?
Absolutely. That lunar connection is key to understanding Cancer. When a Cancer is truly in love, they're like the ultimate nurturer, They want to create a warm, safe, and comfortable space for their partner, and they're incredibly intuitive about their partner's needs, too. They just seem to know what you need before you even say anything. Like they can read your mind. It's amazing.
That does sound pretty amazing. But what happens when those loving vibes start to fade? What does it look like when a Cancer is falling out of love?
Well, this is where things can get a little confusing because Cancers are very good at avoiding confrontation. So instead of having a big dramatic fight, they might start to withdraw emotionally and kind of play dumb. Like they used to be so in tune with your needs, but now they're acting like they have no idea what's going on. It's like their emotional radar has just completely shut off.
So instead of a big explosion, it's more like a slow freeze.
Yeah, exactly. They might still do the bare minimum, like they'll still be polite and maybe even do some of the things they used to do, but you can just tell that their heart isn't in it anymore. The warmth is gone. And it often feels like their energy is being directed somewhere else. Not necessarily in the form of cheating, but they're definitely looking for emotional fulfillment outside of the relationship.
Ouch. I bet that can be really confusing and hurtful for the other person. It's like, wait a minute, weren't we just the perfect couple? What happened?
Right. It's a tough one. And I think a lot of people have probably experienced something similar at some point, where the same actions that used to feel so loving and meaningful suddenly start to feel empty and meaningless.
Okay, so let's move on to Leo. Leos are the lines of the Zodiac, known for their dramatic flair and their love of being the center of attention.
Definitely. And early on in a relationship, this can be incredibly exciting. Leos are all about grand romantic gestures. They love to shower their partner with gifts and attention. They want to make you feel like you're the only person in the world.
Hmm.
And they also love to show you off to the world. They're proud to have you by their side.
So it's like they want their partner to shine as brightly as they do.
Exactly. But there's also a bit of a flip side to this. Leo's generosity is partly motivated by their own need to be seen and admired. They want a partner who reflects well on them, someone who adds to their own star power.
Hmm. Interesting. So what happens when a Leo starts to fall out of love? Do they just pack up their spotlight and go home?
Pretty much. When a Leo is no longer invested in a relationship, their generosity tends to dry up really fast. All those grand gestures and romantic displays just disappear, and the focus shifts entirely back to themselves, like their partner becomes a non-entity in their world.
Wow. That's a pretty dramatic shift.
Yeah.
So basically, it's like going from being treated like royalty to being completely ignored.
Yeah. It can be a very rude awakening for the other person.
All right, let's talk about Virgo. Virgos are often stereotyped as being overly critical and picky. So what's the deal with that?
Well, Virgo is actually a very complex sign. They're ruled by Mercury, which is the planet of communication and analysis, but they're also an earth sign, which makes them practical and grounded. So on the one hand, they're incredibly thoughtful and detail-oriented partners. They'll plan amazing dates, remember all your important dates, and make sure that your life runs smoothly. But on the other hand, they can also be very analytical and overthinking. And this can sometimes lead to them being overly critical of themselves and their partners.
So it's like they have this amazing ability to see both the big picture and all the tiny details, but sometimes they get so caught up in the details that they lose sight of the overall beauty of the relationship.
Exactly. And this can be really frustrating for their partner because Virgos aren't always the best at communicating their feelings. So they might start to withdraw or seem distant while they're trying to sort things out in their head, and their partner might have no idea what's going on.
Yeah, I could see how that would be really tough. Well, this has been a fascinating deep dive into the hearts of Cancer, Leo, and Virgo. Thanks so much for sharing your insights with us.
It's been my pleasure.
And thanks to everyone for listening. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel for more fascinating insights into the Zodiac. And remember, subscribing to our channel will bring you good luck.
See you next time.